Can we just stop at this point in time? I don't want this. I really don't want this. Now, whenever we talk about like Predator, or I don't think I've done a video on Alien. I know I've done a couple of videos on Predator, and I do have a healthy respect for that franchise. Well, for the one movie, and I think that it's the quintessential example, and I know that a lot of people ex post facto want to give love to Predator 2, but let's keep it a buck. Not a great movie. Okay, I've seen enough reviews on it to go, I know that you could have like a campy appreciation for it. Like there's a certain respect that I like certain bad movies, but yeah, you can like a movie. That doesn't make it good. You can like it at the end of the day. That's fine. For me, I think I could probably go to like the first Mortal Kombat movie. Probably not that good, okay, in the grand scheme of things, but I do like it quite a bit, and that's why I want to give deference, and I really hope that Mortal Kombat 2 is good, because that's about the only movie that I'm holding out hope for is going to be good throughout this year, because I really have hope for nothing else that is coming out on this slate. But yes, Predator, Alien, Terminator, if we want to get into the whole, okay, there's like one or two good movies, and in the case of Terminator, two great movies, and a whole bunch of crap. A franchise that really shouldn't be a franchise, that is instead just one or two good movies, and that's it. The rest of it has been absolute dog water that has gone and just simply diminished the brand and hasn't really extrapolated or elaborated on whatsoever. But hey, Don, you've got a picture of Captain Jack Sparrow on the screen. Yes, I certainly do. It's because I would put Pirates of the Caribbean very much in that same conversation. Now, I'm somebody who very much loves the first Pirates of the Caribbean. Curse of the Black Pearl, for me, I really got to run this down, okay? This might be something, I don't know, maybe a live stream or something like that, but just, just giving the love to my top 10 favorite movies. Depending on how I'm feeling on the day, Curse of the Black Pearl, at least top 10, maybe top 5. I really like it, man. Like, it's a really tight, and I also think that it's really good, okay? Like, it's really, really, really good. Now, as for the rest of the trilogy, like Dead Man's Chest, like you cut that first half of that movie out and it just gets infinitely better. And then at World's End, that was the first movie that I had to convince myself that I liked walking out of the theater, even though intrinsically I knew all of that shit was ass, okay? Elizabeth's whole Chinese pirate thing was totally stupid. The big battle at the end, the way that they cucked Davy Jones the same way that a decade later they do to Luke Skywalker, like that's abominable how they made him kill the Kraken between the two movies. And just made him a plot device for Cutler Beckett. Like, what were you thinking? God, it was so stupid. And then, like, it's an image that's going to live rent-free in my head. Just having him cucked in a fucking half a barrel standing on an island. Like, what do you do? One of the coolest villains ever. And you turn him into a gag? Like, oh, it's just so bad. And then On Stranger Tides, that's a movie that whenever it's brought up, it viscerally upsets me. Like, there's very few pieces of media that elicit such a level of detestation as that one right there. That is one of the, like, okay, Pirates is such the quintessential franchise that really presaged a lot of the bad stuff that we're going through right now. Okay, the way that they tried to subvert and replace Jack Sparrow with Penelope Cruz's stupid character, and then also how they would destroy Barbossa. Like, they just cannot help themselves from ruining their coolest characters. Like, they brought him back for the dead, and it was like, that's another reason why At World's End is so stupid. How do you explain the Tia Dalma who eventually turned into fucking stone crabs? I just brought him back to life because reasons. Don't think about it too much. It's like, oh my god, God, it's the first movie's so good. There's a decent half of a movie in Dead Man's Chest. As soon as Davy Jones, do you fear death? He's perfect. Davy Jones is a fantastic movie villain. And Barbossa gets cucked and loses a leg and gets a peg leg and ends up working for the fucking British government because he has to turn into a privateer because he loses the Black Pearl off screen. God, I hate it. Shit's so bad that I haven't even watched the fifth one. I own it. It's like still wrapped up over there, and I know Javier Bardem plays Blackbeard, and it's like, I'm sure it's probably cool, and I know all of the cast is back, like Orlando Bloom is back, Elizabeth Swann, Keira Knightley's back, and yeah, they did this before, and now they're trying to do it again with Pirates 6, and it's like, God, okay. Oh, I hate the whole member berries thing. I know this is not going to be good, but if Johnny Depp's coming back for one turn, it's like, oh, it's going to be tough for me to... Oh, God, it's just... I'm torn. I'm really torn. I know it's not going to be good. I know I'm not going to want to see it. And especially with all of the other examples. Christ, the previous video on the day, okay, talking about Russell T Davies, how he was so great for Doctor Who at the beginning, okay, resuscitated the franchise, brought it up to prominence, and then came back later in life because he was a bitter old gay man with an axe to grind. It's like, why would I expect anybody who used to be great decades ago stepping back into the roles that made them who they are, who added to their notoriety? Why would I think they would be able to recapture that lightning in a bottle? But it's just, man, it hurts my soul. It really does. But not all new actors. Pirates of the Caribbean 6 returning cast members teased by franchise producer because, yep, Jerry Bruckheimer, who is one of the few producers in Hollywood who still has his head screwed on correctly. Like, he's somebody who makes not good movies, but at least reliably entertaining movies and reliably entertaining series as well. So if he's back on, I mean, I guess, but anyways, Pirates of the Caribbean franchise producer Jerry Bruckheimer teases returning cast members in the upcoming 6th installment. The project has been in development since Dead Men Tell No Tales was in the works, but in light of, yes, Amber Heard's lies. Oh, you say abuse allegations. Tomato, tomato, right? Lying Jezebel. Disney dropped the lead star, yes, Johnny Depp from the franchise. During Depp's defamation trial against Heard, the Jack Sparrow star expressed that he had no interest in returning. I don't care if they have $100 million and, what was it, 100 llamas. So apparently they came up with $101 million and as many llamas. In an interview with Screen Rant's Ash Crossan from F1, okay, which will release on June 27th. Hear decent things about that. Bruckheimer offers an update on the Pirates of the Caribbean 6 cast and the sequel's current status. The franchise producer revealed that they are still working on the script, which will be a new take, but it won't be a brand new cast. Bruckheimer confirmed that some members would return. Okay, what are his comments? Bruckheimer, we're working on a screenplay. Hopefully we get it right, and then we'll make it. Now, we really want to make it, that's for sure. So I guess that's probably the closest confirmation, because we've heard rumors for a while that Disney is trying to kick around 2 different concepts. There was at one point in time 2 different Pirates movies. There was from years back, which I think ended up getting canned, but the Margot Robbie Pirates reboot, and it's like they probably looked around and went, Furiosa failed, Ballerina failed, and spoilers for a video coming out tomorrow or a Monday, Jurassic World Rebirth with ScarJo. Don't want to spoil too much, but continuation or something new, asked Bruckheimer. It'll be a new take, okay? New take, new actors. Well, not all new actors. We'll have some back, okay? I'm not going to tell you which ones. You'll have to guess. Well, we got further elaboration on that because there's somebody who is very fundamental to the first trilogy, and yeah, he ended up coming back in that stupid 5th one, which I'll have to get around to watching at some point in time. But yeah, Orlando Bloom, who is probably going to be reprising another legendary role once again, which, another movie that I really don't want, okay? Hunt for Gollum. And especially knowing enough about that plot line that they're going to be going along, okay? God, this makes me infinitely pissed as well. Okay, like, okay, cool. You're going to bring back Gandalf. You're going to bring back whatever's left of Ian McKellen after he's being CGI tortured in Doomsday. It's so great that we're going to be able to see Magneto come back and then just, I don't know, be killed off in an unceremonious fashion by Doctor Doom. I can't wait for that. It's going to be so, or maybe they'll just have Pedro Pascal and they'll just have Reed Richards choke the life out of him. It'll just be so wonderful to watch on screen. I can't wait for it. But no, they have to have Gandalf back if they're going to be doing Hunt for Gollum, because, it's him and Aragorn, and they're going to digitally DH Viggo Mortensen. I can't wait for that. And then have, yes, Andy Serkis, who is always wonderful and one of the most underappreciated actors in all of Hollywood. He does not get his flowers appropriately because he is, in fact, such a prolific voice actor. Like, whenever you see Andy Serkis, it's never Andy Serkis, and he always gives it his all. But yeah, he's probably not going to be doing like the physical stuff like he did in The Lord of the Rings. And I think he did the physical in The Hobbit. Yeah, no, he did do the physical in The Hobbit. I've seen some of the behind the scenes stuff. So yeah, but that was just for like a really, really, really good scene. By the way, Riddles in the Dark is arguably the best scene in the Hobbit trilogy. That's why I find it very, very tough to hate that trilogy. Like, they're bad movies, but there's really good stuff that's in there. unlike a bulk of the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. But yeah, no, and then also knowing that, talking about Hunt for Gollum here just for a little while longer, okay, trust me, it'll circle back to Orlando Bloom, trust me, because eventually Gollum gets thrown into Thranduil's prisons, the Mirkwood prison, for an indeterminate amount of time. So yeah, Thranduil, somebody who I very much want to see, because Lee Pace was amazing in those movies, okay? Like fucking total badass elf Sephiroth in Battle of the Five Armies. The best part of Battle of the Five Armies, Thranduil, I'd hear arguments for it. But then also, if they're going to be in Mirkwood, and at the end of The Hobbit, how Thranduil told Legolas that, oh, you should go find a ranger in the north. He's known as one name. His father, Arathorn, was a great man, but you have to find out his true, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. You have to go buddy up with Aragorn, because we have to fill in the gap, because how would Legolas know so much about Aragorn at the Council of Elrond if we didn't have these breadcrumbs here? God damn it, PJ. It's like you made the greatest trilogy ever, and then you fucked around with The Hobbit. I just can't wait for it. But yeah, you're definitely gonna have the reunion of Legolas and Thranduil, and because he's gonna be there, because you can just jangle all the keys, you can remember all the stuff. And yeah, you're gonna have Will Turner back in Pirates 6, because is he still the Pirate of the Dutchman? Like I said, haven't watched 5. I don't know what the plot beats are in there for him. I don't know if he got off the Dutchman or not, or if he's still out there being not Davy Jones. How he left Elizabeth on shore being a single mom, who's also still one of the 8 pirate captains, which, I don't know, did she secede her fleet that was given to her by Chow Yun Fat for no discernible reason, because he had no line of succession after he died? God damn it, I despise so much of At World's End. Anyways, Disney's long-awaited Pirates of the Caribbean 6 will see the return of some familiar faces. Franchise producer Bruckheimer has confirmed. Now, however, plans, yes, appear to finally be coalescing around the idea of fresh Pirates of the Caribbean story, featuring a new mix and returning characters, though old favorites, yes, will be returning, right? Speaking earlier in the month on British Chat Show This Morning, Pirates of the Caribbean star Orlando Bloom, mostly because, yeah, he wants to do anything will get him out of the house, because for whatever fucking reason, he decided to wife up the town bicycle that is Katy Perry. So yeah, he's taken any role that is offered him. Said that he's willing to return as blacksmith turned rogue heartthrob Will Turner, which is like the fact that they don't even want to, elaborate on his character progression, kind of lets you know what is the one movie. Oh yeah, and sailing off to the sunset, yes, with Keira Knightley's her Elizabeth Swann. No, he didn't. He had to come back, and wasn't that a post-credit scene? I think it was. I remember going to the midnight screening of At World's End, mostly because, yeah, it left me with such a disappointing feeling at the end. But yeah, the once every decade when the Davy Jones is allowed to come on to, yeah, sure, it's Elizabeth and his son theoretically meeting his dad for the first time. But yes, a decade later, Bloom and Knightley both made cameo appearances in Dead Man Tell No Tales' brief post-credit scene. Oh, okay. Setting up the possibility for a full return in the future, though as the years passed, fans have since begun to doubt whether this teaser would be picked up on. So, okay, now that I know that. But they're like on the cover art of that movie. And they're just in a post-credit scene? Well, to be fair, you also said that Keira Knightley and Will Turner sailed off into the sunset at the end of At World's End, so I don't really know. I have to watch it for myself. Well, I don't know. I can't say anything at the moment because I really don't know, but there's definitely... Oh, I'm sorry, but there's definitely availability. It's kind of like, hire me, please. Can't stand this bitch who, blinks one eye at a time. Can't keep talking about how her spacewalk was so amazing. I think they're trying to work out what it would all look like. I personally think I'd be great to get the band back together. It would be great, but there are always different ideas, so we'll have to see where it lands. Like, yeah, and given the fact that this is Disney and all they can do at this point in time is just simply key jangle, never create anything new, just creating these fucking Ouroboros franchises. Just can't wait until they reboot Pirates of the Caribbean as an animated feature and then do a live-action reboot of the rebooted animated franchise. Fucking kill me. An array of different concepts, yes, for future Pirates films has been touted over the years, with reports that Disney exploring all manner of options. As have variously been said to star classic characters, all new cast, act as a full reboot, or offer a spin-off tale made for the series' main story. Yes, it was rested. Let's keep it a buck, man. okay, like Pirates of the Caribbean. Well, we can draw on other successful Disney and Disney-related franchises for comparison, but as many people will argue, Star Wars, oh, without the Skywalkers, you can't have Star Wars. No. We've seen various different examples, especially in the EU, that you don't need to key jangle a bunch of things that you remember. Hell, you don't even need to have space wizards with their light sticks out there, and you can tell a compelling Star Wars story. Hell, Andor, you just take a look at it in the ratings. It's the biggest success that Disney has had since Mandalorian season 1, back when Disney Plus was fresh, new, and exciting. But especially with all that franchise fatigue, it being so well received both critically and now commercially, it just shows you that, yeah, if you have a good story, people will come back to it. And yeah, you don't need any key jangles at all whatsoever. Sure, it's leading into this OT, but no explicit references. It's just simply a good story set in Star Wars. The MCU, you can tell a whole bunch of different stories without having an Iron Man key jangle, without having a Captain America key jangle. Hell, you can even have a Captain America movie without having Captain America, and it won't do that well at the box office, but fuck, you tried. But Pirates of the Caribbean, without Johnny Depp, without Captain Jack Sparrow, it's just not gonna work. It's kind of like Mad Max without a Mad Max in it. It's just like a John Wick movie. Jack Sparrow is the franchise, and if you're going to be bringing back anybody and you're leaving Johnny Depp out there in the cold, in the lurch, not wanting to finish his story and tastefully hand it off, which we know this is just sheer fantasy at this point in time, doing right by the character, doing right by the franchise, I don't know, handing it off to a new pirate, okay, doing it the right way. If we're going to go full fantasy on this one, we might as well hope that that's going to end up being the best, as opposed to, I don't know, bringing back Jack Sparrow and making him a cuck or something like that. How all of his flamboyance was really just, how he was dealing with his latent homosexuality. God, I really don't want this show. I really don't want this movie. It's one good movie surrounded by a bunch of shit. It's like being stranded on an island, and the only way that you can get off of it is by roping together a bunch of sea turtles and stringing them together with the hair from your back as a life raft away from this Disney infested trash heap. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.